Hello, all. This is Casey here. How are you all doing? I hope you and your family are happy, healthy, and peaceful. Today, I thought I'll talk about one of my favorite topics, which is problem solving. Okay. Recently, when I met some of my colleagues and some of my students who have been part of some of the webinars, they started talking about how do you solve your problems. So I thought I'll share some of my thoughts which might be useful to you um, if you apply, right? So wherever we are, whatever may be our plan of life, we cannot live a life without problems. That is evident in all our lives because our problems are very small part of our life. We cannot find even one person in this world without getting into any problems. Okay, so it's about one's ability to overcome it. So how do we even come out of a problem? And when we are referring to our ability, so how are we going to even start, and where are we going to start? The first thing is we may need to believe that we can cross over a problem. The belief is not a conditional, but this gives you the strength to address the problem and move beyond the problem. That is a primary interest. So there is a primary factor which does not allow you to find a solution for any problem in your life. The problem comes out as a initial phase, which is anger. Okay, you need to understand the primary emotion in terms of any problem. Okay, we refer to anger. Why do we get angry? I mean, why do we get that emotion more often? That is because we somewhere come across some of these thoughts. Why only me? Why no one in the world has my kinds of problem? My family and friends are very, very joyful, but I am not like that. Whichever may be your thought, okay, the negative emotion or negative thoughts, once it starts generating, it induces fear. Once the fear comes into your mind, it somewhere resonates very closely with this emotion, anger. So believe me, if it does not allow you to solve any problem, once you get into this mode of anger, you may not solve any of your problems shortly. Okay, you may need to know this. So how are we even going to solve some of our problems? I thought to share some of my techniques or tools. I follow 5 simple steps. Okay, so those 5 simple steps I'm going to give you as a small tidbit for you. Probably that would help you understand to use it, or probably to come cross over your problems. The first thing what you need to understand if you want to solve a problem, understand the problem deeply. See, in Tamil there is a proverb, Alam Ariyamal Kalai Vidade. So it's very simple. Okay, without understanding the depth of something, if you get into all kinds of problems. Without understanding the nature of the problem, without understanding the cause of the problem, if you indulge with the problem, you're going to complicate the entire situation for you and the person involved on the other side. So you need to start understanding deeply what is the actual problem I am trying to solve. This is the first point. It's very, very important that you may need to engage, very clearly see that yes, this is the problem I am trying to solve deeply. So understanding the problem deeply is the first thing which you may need to, I would say you can always write it down. Okay, make a list of things. These are the first understandings of my problem, and these are the nature of the problem, and this is the cause of the problem. So in that way you get to a fundamental understanding of a problem. Okay, what should I do next? You need to start segregating the problems. What do I mean by segregating a problem? How do you segregate a problem? Let's segregate the problems. It could be in simple factors like family, profession, social, financial, emotional, social security, or it could be wealth, it could be health, any of these factors. So the segregations can be in this sum of the parts. Okay, I have told some of it just to keep the conversation brief, but you need to understand the first thing. Once you understand the problem deeply, you get into the segregation format, from where the problem is arising, which part, which factor, or where is the actual problem. Is it inside a family, is it inside of a professional life, or is it a social issue, or is it a financial issue for me? However it is, you start primarily engaging or understanding the problem and start segregating it. When the segregation happens, then the problem just becomes very feeble in nature. You understand? Remember, if you have one stick, okay, if let's say if you have one small stick, it is easy to break, okay, but if you have 10 bricks or 10 sticks together, it will be the nature of the sticks together is very strong, and the intensity is very high, and it is very tough to break, right? So that is something you need to remember. When the problem is very small, when the problem is very feeble, it is easy to solve a problem. But if you increase the intensity of the problem by stacking it by many layers, it's gonna complicate the problem to you and the party involved. So when the segregation happens, the first thing what happens is it's gonna solve, or it's gonna make the problem feeble. So once that is happening, once you segregate, when the problem becomes feeble, you imagine, or you become like a mountain, like you are in the top of a mountain and the problems might be looking like a stone. So the segregation is a very powerful tool in your mind, or in terms of understanding the problem very deeply. It will also help you see where exactly is your problem, right? So now that I have understood the problem deeply, now I have also understood the segregation as a process. The very primary thing right now, on the third thing is to engage, which is face the problem, right? Let's face the problem face to face, which is very, 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 very important, because you run away from a real problem, the fundamental positive changes does not come into your lives. If you keep postponing to face the problem, then it is going to create more and more deeper problems for you. So that is the primary engagement you need to start doing. Let's go face to face with the problem and try to solve the deeper problems together. So if you keep postponing, okay, it's going to be deeper. That is something you need to remember. The more you emphasize on pushing it over, or I don't want to face it, I don't know how I will look into his eyes and talk, whatever may be the situation, more you postpone, the more the stress is. The more the stress, the more the depression. So you are going to make it more and more complicated, as I was talking about. When you do not face the problem, you are going to make it more stressful, and you're going to be depressed because of this action. So how can I face this problem? Because it is easy, you're saying that let's go and face the problem, but it's too difficult. How will I even face a problem? There are 3 life faculties you need to understand, which is something you all know. It's nothing new, but you may need to start putting into application. You need to process it, you need to use it. 1, courage. You need to step into the shoes of courage. You need to create more empathy, and you also should get into more commitment, because the idea of solving a problem is to engage more and more and go closer to the relationship, or it could be with any kind of relationship, especially with the talent. It could be with the work peers, or it could be with your seniors, or it could be your reporting manager, or it's your trainee, whatever it is. You are going to engage, create courage to talk, create more empathy, because they might also go through the same stress processes. The third, you need to be so committed, it would lead to remove all the insecurities in your mind and their mind. It's so important. If you want to solve a problem, the insecurities have to go away, and then the insecurities, once it goes away, it removes the fear also. Once the fear goes away, your anger is not going to be there. You need to start. I know it is going to be very easy to say, but very important to practice, because it comes over the time. But I strongly believe I use this as a tip or a tool to solve my problems. One is being courageous to face the problem. Be very empathetic. Third, be very committed, because when they know you are not truthful, they are going to be disengaged. I don't want that to happen. So probably when you be very truthful in this conversation, you're going to be going closer and try to solve a problem face to face. Okay, what is the fourth thing? Like, now that you understood the problem, you segregated the problem, you also went face to face. Now you need to remember all the learnings from the problems. It's so important. That's a fourth point you need to remember. More often we get repetitive problems because we have forgotten all our old learnings. You need to remember all your learnings, which is very important. The primarily, I would say, which I go through, or I personally learn, or the primary three things which I remember over a learning is, what are the good things came out of that problem. That's very important to know. What are the new opportunities got created because of that one problem. Third, it's a life lesson. Okay, it boosts your morality, it boosts your life energies. It's very important that you remember what are the good things came out of it, what are the new opportunities, and you also understand it's a life lesson. You better remember it. So the last but not the least, acceptance. Okay, accepting the fact that there is going to be more problems. Okay, yes friends, because this is not going to be the end. Because you have solved one problem, forever you are not going to get a problem. No, accepting of the fact that there is going to be new problems is something very important. Acceptance is the fifth thing which you need to remember. What kind of an acceptance are we talking about? Understanding the real truth, or that everyone gets into a problem. Every single time you solve a problem, there is going to be a new problem in the future. So that's an acceptance of the real truth. Second, because we have solved thousands of problems earlier, doesn't mean that you will not get into the same type of problems. You need to understand the patterns, so you need to get out of it through those segregation processes which I was talking about. Third, we need to be more prepared with our earlier experiences to face the problem eye to eye, right? So it's now that you have certain experiences, maybe you're no more a fresher in terms of solving a problem, right? We need to be more prepared with the earlier experiences. When we engage with that experience, the fear factor is going to be very less. Once the fear factor comes low, your insecurities are not there. When the insecurities are not there, there is no anger. The anger could be a fundamental change or a shift in your thinking, which would bring in to a very peaceful state of mind always, for you to be enjoying your life very happily, right? So some of these things are very critical to practice more and more, so that you understand what I am talking about. But to recollect what we were talking about, first you should understand the problems deeper, do the segregation process, face to face the problem. You need to go face to face with the problem. Fourth, remember the lessons. Fifth, we are talking about acceptance, or that the truth is the problems are going to come in more, but we are going to be much more resilient, much more experienced to face any situations in the future. So I think pretty much these are the 5 things I follow. I hope it might add value to all of you. I hope and pray that some of these thoughts would impact your life for happiness, joy, and prosperity. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.